Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. These calls for stronger hate crime laws after a father of Chinese descent was viciously attacked outside a North Shore supermarket on Sunday. Racial remarks were made against the man before he was punched in the face. It's one of two attacks on innocent shoppers in Auckland this weekend. Race Relations says there's recently been a spike in racism against Asian people and wants the government to move on the strengthening of the legislation on hate crime. As students return to classrooms today from the school holidays, there's praise for new COVID-19 guidelines. The Minister of Education has written to schools recommending they enforce mask wearing. Dr. Jen Russell says it's good to see the government strengthen its messaging. She says there are other ministry recommendations schools should follow.
Improving ventilation in classrooms, and this is coupled with the provision of portable HEPA air cleaners, which can remove virus particles and other bacteria from the air.
Meanwhile, achieving immunity from COVID-19 will be tricky, but not impossible, according to one expert. It's estimated around half the population has now been exposed to the virus. Across the country, 2.7 million New Zealanders have had one booster and 250,000 people have received a fourth jab. Auckland University Associate Professor Nikki Morland says those who were boosted more than 3 months ago will now have waning immunity. Despite this, they'll still be protected against worse health outcomes from the virus, and while it's hard to predict the future, she expects COVID will produce less severe illness as time goes on. Infectious disease experts want to see changes to our monkeypox response. The World Health Organization has now declared the outbreak a global health emergency. More than 16,000 cases have been reported across 70 countries. Experts here want public health bodies to reach out to at-risk communities and increase monitoring. Elsewhere, Water Safety New Zealand says it would be wrong to blame lifeguards and Coast Guard staff for the uptick in drownings. It's released its updated final report into drownings last year, with 90 people dying in the water. It's the worst year since 2011, when 91 people died. Water Safety New Zealand Chief Daniel Gerard says there are real challenges, but frontline services aren't the problem.
What we need is better programming, more investment into the preventative measures, moving people away from the edge of the cliff rather than just relying on people being rescued.
And it'll be a wet and windy start to the week for the North Island. Met Service has issued a string of warnings covering Northland, Auckland and the Coromandel. Heavy rain is also expected this afternoon in Tasman District at the top of the South Island. More severe weather is expected tomorrow and on Wednesday. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.